2025 meeting of the Board of Directors of the Washington Convention and Sports Authority. Dania, can you call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Vice Chairman. John Boardman.
Here.
Denise Rolock Barnes.
Here.
Sherry Doggett.
Here.
Alan Bubis. Alan.
He was with us.
President. I'm sorry, President.
Jay Haddock Ortiz.
Here.
Solomon King.
Here.
Brian Kenner.
Here.
Glenn Lee.
Here.
George Ty Simpson. George Ty Simpson.
I'm present.
Mr. Vice Chairman, you have a quorum.
Thank you. And I want to thank everybody for being here this morning. In today's special board meeting, we are going to be hearing from the district's Chief Financial Officer, Glenn Lee, who is going to give us a review for our consideration and approval the proposed 2025 budget and 5-year financial plan for Events DC. And I'll turn it over to Angie now to do the frame up.
Thank you, Vice Chairman Boardman. It's my pleasure to be with you all today. I just wanted to simply say thank you and comment that the board's due diligence and attention to not only Events DC work, but particularly taking a look at the FY 2025 budget and 5-year financial plan has been greatly appreciated. I am truly confident that with the FY 2025 budget and 5-year financial plan developed by our team in collaboration with the CFO's team, Events DC will have the ability to continue to fulfill our mission, not only to create unique experiences that result in jobs, economic impact, but will give us an opportunity to have lasting memories for our residents, tourists, and guests. So thank you all again for your unwavering support.
Thank you very much, Director Gates. So I'd like to make a couple really quick comments about the budget. Then I propose that if members have particular questions, we go to that because I know we're time constrained rather than have a specific presentation, given that it's 11:43. My observations are that for operating expenses, these are reasonable expectations for 25 and beyond. And provides more than likely enough flexibility for Director Gates and team to adjust based on emerging issues. One thing I want to note that's interesting is that there's a very steep increase in debt service expenses beginning in, I think it's fiscal year 26, maybe 27, that lasts for about a 4-year period. So by 2031, those debt service expenses go down. That in effect is leading to a very modest draw on the unreserved fund balance of, as the data show, about $235 million. Just an interesting factoid legacy from many years back with the debt sale. About the capital budget, I think we're trying to develop a budget that's in a time of extreme uncertainty. And there's 3 main notions of uncertainty that I have, at least. We as a board, and Director Gates is administering a comprehensive study of what our capital needs across our venue look like and are. And I would imagine a year from now, we will have very specific consensus on what's built out under what circumstances that may change our capital spending relative to what's proposed here. And also identify maybe potential items to spend on if there's more resources available over time. Second is that the district is potentially adjusting its financial support model for the baseball facility that may completely change some of our responsibilities to support the capital there. We don't know. That's certainly a very current topic, and we'll see how that legislative process works itself out. And then finally, from my perspective, the big issue, which is a potential change in use of the RFK facility or site that is working its way through Congress. And we certainly have, all of us have a sense of what the potential is in the long run, all three of which could completely change our capital view right now. So what the staff has assembled is as reasonable as we can assemble relative to these very large uncertain factors in our immediate future. And so from that context, we got together this morning, Wednesday, March 6th, a little bit earlier, as the Finance Committee to approve the budget. We did unanimously. And so we are here at the board to review and approve the motion by, or the resolution by the Finance Committee. So I will read a statement here. The committee unanimously approved the proposed fiscal year 2025 budget and 5-year financial plan, which we now bring to the full board. With the vice chairman's permission, I would ask that the general counsel read a summary of a board resolution approving the recommendation so that the board may consider this matter. Nicole?
Thank you. This is Resolution 24-06, approval of the fiscal year 2025 budget and the financial plan for fiscal years 2024 through 2028. The resolution notes that the board is responsible for approving a proposed budget each fiscal year and has a fiduciary responsibility to ensure that revenues are optimized and expenditures are reasonable to operate the authority's various venues and conduct its various business activities. The chief financial officer of the authority has developed a proposed budget of $241.8 million for fiscal year 2025 to fund our activities and requirements. The chief financial officer of the authority has also developed a proposed 5-year financial plan for fiscal years 24 through 28. The financial plan for 24 through 28 includes revenues totaling approximately $1.199 billion and expenses through that time totaling approximately $1.211 billion. The proposed budget and the 5-year plan have both been reviewed and approved by the Finance Committee, and the CFO of the District of Columbia has also reviewed and approved the proposed budget and 5-year plan. So the action today is for the board to approve the 2025 budget of $241.8 million and the 5-year financial plan as discussed above.
You've heard the resolution. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none.
Sorry, Mr. Borman, I had a question.
Mr. Kenner.
Yeah, I was just wanted to make sure I asked just a few questions before, and just wanted to make sure that and we don't have to restate the questions necessarily, but just wanted to make sure that was considered in the first part of the conversation.
Fire away.
There was just a question about public safety, and just the question, is that sufficient for us for this year? And then there was a question about downtown activation, whether it was sufficient for this year. Were sort of the two questions I had.
Angie, you want to take those?
Sure. And Mr. Kenner, we did discuss that the question as well as it in depth, and we are taking a even stronger look. As you know, we were heavily involved with our Evolve system internally, but the funds that we have put forth for 2025 will take care of what's needed. However, we will not stop there. We're going to continue to evaluate funding and do whatever is necessary as we're also looking ahead. I will continue to, I'm on the Gallery Place Chinatown Task Force as well. So this has been a huge focus for us, but the funding that's being requested will take care of what's needed.
Great. So you think it's sufficient? Yes,
I do think it's sufficient. And public safety is a priority for us.
Great. Thank you.
Any other questions? Denise?
Yeah, just quickly, kind of following up on Brian's question, the what ifs, I guess, as it relates to the sports and entertainment arena, if this move evolves and teams move, does this budget take into consideration any costs or losses from the sports arena?
The budget was built, factoring in, and just, you're mentioning any sports team moves. That's not going to impact the budget that we're looking at for 2025. So we have factored and based the budget on, what we anticipate it to be from a venue rental perspective, as well as from an operational perspective. But the sports referencing that you're mentioning will not have an impact on our 2025 budget.
All right, and if you can remind me, how long is our the lease with with Apple?
What is it, Nicole? 20, I want to
Um,
misquote.
I don't remember.
But
but,
And it's on 2025?
yes.
Yes.
Just didn't remember.
And to not misquote, Denise, I can follow up with you directly, but it goes beyond the 2025.
Thank you.
Questions? Hearing none. Dania, will you call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Vice Chairman. John Boardman,
Aye.
Denise Rolock Barnes,
Aye.
Sherry Doggett,
Aye.
Alan Bubis,
Aye.
Jay Haddock Ortiz,
Aye.
Solomon Keane,
Yes.
Brian Kenner,
Yes.
Glenn Lee,
Yes.
George Ty Simpson.
Yes.
Mr. Vice Chairman, the measure passes by a vote of 9.
Thank you. And on behalf of the board, I want to say thank you to the staff that worked on this and to our Chief Financial Officer, Glenn Lee, and his staff that put in time on this project as well. Is there any old business? Is there any new business? Then let me announce for the record that this was a special meeting of the board. The March board meeting will take place at 10:30 a.m. on Thursday, March 14th, 2024. With no other business before us today, this meeting of the Washington Convention and Sports Authority Board of Directors shall stand adjourned. Thank you all.